Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake, cause I don't fucking care.
Hey, what is up you guys? This is Nacho here and welcome back to another Call of Duty World War II video. Now in today's video, I'm happy to announce that from the way it's sounding is we're gonna have huge changes coming to weekend 2 of the beta. So the PlayStation 4 private beta just came to a close this morning, roughly around an hour ago, and Michael Condrey already made a post on Reddit pretty much illustrating a lot of the points he thinks the community has been giving him as feedback and stuff they're looking to adjust. Now, I mean, huge changes are coming to the game in weekend 2. This is a huge compilation of a lot of the stuff people have been talking about on the World War II subreddit, and honestly, I'm really happy to see that they're already taking a lot of our feedback into consideration. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, anybody who was playing on the PlayStation 4 beta this past weekend, it honestly felt like we were playing on an alpha build, so it's really nice to see that they're gonna take a lot of our bullet points from the subreddit and consider putting them into the weekend 2, which is coming this Friday through Sunday. So for those of you guys that are on Xbox One or PlayStation, if you haven't pre-ordered the game, I believe it's going to be open to the public, so you guys will be able to play the game, and you guys won't have to deal with some of the annoying stuff that we had to deal with over on PS4. Now, like I said, this is a pretty long and healthy list, so I'm just going to get straight into it, and I'm just going to take longer times illustrating on points that I think really need addressing. So starting out, the first thing they say is that it has come to our attention that some users are seeing an incorrect message saying servers are down when they are not. I actually had this error myself. When you would try to log into the game, it would just keep saying could not connect to the server, please try again, or go check the Call of Duty website to see server status. And of course you would go there and it would say everything was fine and dandy. It was happening to me, but it only happened for around 10 to 15 minutes, so it wasn't that bad. But it's nice to know that they already figured that out and they're already working on that. The next thing is that they're saying that players are receiving a rare bug when they're saying they're being kicked from parties, and that has been happening. This is something that has plagued Infinite Warfare since its release. If World War II does not get this right, it will not be that good of a Call of Duty, because a lot of people are already really fed up with the way the matchmaking is in Infinite Warfare, meaning whenever you try to play with anybody else and you try to play in a party, whenever you back out, there is like a 90% chance you are not going to bring that person with you. And yes, I also did experience this bug while playing on PS4 this past weekend with a couple of my friends, so it is nice to know they're taking a look at that and know that parties won't be broken up after backing out of lobbies. There was also a bug going around that said that it prompted you to unlock and equip a weapon, but it would only unlock the item, something really minor but can be annoying. Let's say you would unlock like a brand new submachine gun and it would say hit A to unlock and equip, but when you would hit unlock and equip, it would just unlock the weapon and you wouldn't even have it on a created class. Just a little minor bug. I personally did not have that issue, but nice to know that they're working on that. Now this next one is something I'm going to take a while to illustrate on, because this is something I feel strongly about during the beta. So some of the battle chatter and hit marker audio still requires some fine-tuning. Specifically, the NPC callouts of enemy positions need some addressing. Now, what does this jibber jabber pretty much mean? Anybody who played the beta this past weekend, you know that no matter where you were on the map, every character for the most part would just shout random stuff. Let's say there would be an enemy way across the map, one of your teammates would just shout something super loud and it can be heard across the map, really giving away enemy positions. And it was something really cheesy, and it could be annoying because, especially let's say you were trying to flank the enemy and you're trying to come up behind them. Let's say you're flanking, as soon as you see an enemy, your character, without you doing anything, would be like, enemy up ahead, and you pretty much just gave away your position to the whole other team. And it was something really annoying, and it really made it difficult to play a flanking slash rusher playstyle in this game. You could throw a nade, you could start shooting people, your character would literally call everything out and shout really loud. So it's nice to know that they're actually taking a look at this, because I'm not gonna lie, there were times where I was on the opposite end of the coin where I didn't know an enemy was coming up behind me, and then I just heard their character yell something out and I turned around and long and behold, I killed them and gunned them. Now this next set of things is actually stuff they're working on, or features and adjustments they're still working on to optimize for launch. So I don't know if that means that this next set of things is going to be ready to go this weekend on the beta, but it is nice to know that they're at least working on it, so that way when the game actually launches, it is something that will be fixed. So first things first, they're adjusting the domination kills to 100 points instead of 50 points. That was the most annoying thing in this game or this beta. Domination was so unplayable because every single kill you would only get 50 points, meaning that you needed to get 10 kills in order to get a UAV. Yes, guys, 10 kills in a row to get a single UAV recon plane. Something that was super annoying, made domination really hard to play, really slowed the pace of the game down, so I'm glad they're adjusting that to 100 points. It'll make it a lot easier for people to get those UAVs up and encourage people to actually move around the map. Another thing they're looking at doing is increasing the TDM final end score to 100. In the beta, it was only 75, which is something that super old school Call of Duties pretty much have. A lot of the new ones, the boots off the ground ones, have 100 kills because the pace of the game is so fast. And in the beta, they went back to the 75 kills, but I'm not gonna lie, the games were ending pretty quick. So it looks like they're gonna be making this game a 100 kill TDM as well, which honestly I'm not gonna complain about because it does make for some better games, and it honestly is a more enjoyable experience for me because sometimes you could barely be getting on a streak towards the middle of a game, and then right before you start streaking, the game will just end because the team already has like 70 kills. Another thing they're working on is their hit feedback improvements. It's going to be including better audio and more obvious headshot indicators. Now what this means is that a lot of people were actually having problems with the auto aim in the beta, and if you went into the options when you were playing, you would see that we actually had, I believe it was 2 or 3 options for auto aim in this game, which, you know, normally Call of Duty doesn't do. It's normally just one straight up option of whether you want auto aim on or off. In this game, they have a weird auto aim system, and a lot of people were saying that it was causing some weird hit detection, causing people to not be as accurate. I'm not gonna lie, I could feel it because some games you could be melting people and then other games you could not. I feel like it has a lot to do with the hit detection and the hit feedback. Now when they say they're gonna make a more obvious headshot indicator, I'm pretty sure they're just gonna make it so that whenever you hit marker an enemy in the head, it'll just be a louder ding noise, something we're more familiar with in Call of Duty. I will admit, during this game I didn't really hear a headshot indicator, so I didn't even realize that, but I'm glad it's something they're looking at. They're also going to reduce the amount of Molotov cocktails you get per kill streak. Right now it's a 300 point score streak and you would get 2 Molotov cocktails. It looks like they're going to reduce it down to 1. I'm not exactly sure as to why. 2 I thought was perfectly fine, helped a lot in hardpoint, even in domination, to clear some flags or clear hardpoints. This next one is absolutely major and something that I think a lot of people are hoping and praying for that they actually get right. They're going to refine the sprint out to ADS time, which is absolutely fantastic. Anybody who played this game, you know how absolutely annoying it was to sprint in this game. It felt like this game would punish you for sprinting and it would reward you for just sitting on a head glitch, pre-aiming around walls, pre-aiming around corners. It seemed like this game was a very slow and campy game. Even the quick draw attachment, if you were to put quick draw on your weapon, let's say, but you were sprinting and then you try to aim right out of the sprint, quick draw would be 100% nullified and would have no effect on your weapon. The only time quick draw would work is when you were standing or walking and you would just aim. That is absolutely ridiculous. I think for a game that's going back in time and it's boots on the ground, I don't mind the boots on the ground. I just think that sprint out time to ADS needs to be decreased so that way it can promote more of a rushy gameplay. And another thing that they don't list on here, but I'm just gonna add it on because it kind of goes with this, if they could help us with like some sprint time, like am I the only one who thinks that? Like if they give us like another 2 meters of sprint, 3 meters of sprint off the initial bat, I think it could help improve the game a lot because sprinting in this game is insanely slow, as well as the sprint out to aim down sights time is. They're both extremely slow, and it just makes for a promotion of like a slower game style, which is something that I think a lot of Call of Duty people don't want. Call of Duty players just want to run around, run and gun and get kills. They're also taking a look at the incendiary shells. They're going to turn that off as a default because in the beta or right now in the alpha build, you could actually have that on as a default option. And they're also saying that they perhaps need to be nerfed. I'm not going to lie, kill trading in this game is not enabled, but you can kill trade with incendiary rounds. What do I mean? Let's say you're shooting an enemy with some machine gun and he has a fire shotgun. You kill the enemy, but he hit markers you with his shotgun before he dies. The fire still stays on you and you're that weak from his shotgun shell initially that the fire finishes you off and you end up dying like a millisecond after him. Can be annoying, so I'm glad they're taking a look at nerfing that. The paratroopers are also getting a buff, which was the highest kill streak we had in the beta. Paratroopers were really weak. I only had one good paratrooper set where they got me like 3 kills. All the other times they got me 0 or 1 kills, and they're pretty much like veteran bots bots, as they say. They're pretty much recruit bots that fly into the map and literally don't do anything. And when the enemy kills them, they get 100 points added towards their score streak bonus. How is that beneficial to your team? How do you call in the highest kill streak in the game, and when the enemy destroys each paratrooper, they get 100 points? That makes no sense for AI, especially AI that are supposed to be on veteran difficulty but really play as if they're on recruit. Pretty embarrassing and pretty sad of a high kill streak if you ask me. They also say that the recon aircraft is too vulnerable to rifle damage. I will also agree with that. The UAV in this game is like a little plane that flies really close to the map. Anybody can look up and destroy it. I've done it tons of times with even a submachine gun when they have a lot of recoil. The UAV moves so slow, it's so easy to track, and it's so distinguishable and so easy to see. So I'm glad they're taking a look at that. Maybe they're gonna make it so it has more armor on it, or maybe they make it so it's not as close to the map and a little bit farther away like we have in Infinite Warfare. They're also going to be adding a colorblind support option. There was no colorblind options in this game, so for those of you guys that are colorblind, I guess rejoice, that is some good news. And last but not least, they are also adding bumper jumper and other key controller configurations. Now in the beta, they didn't have any of the stuff that a lot of people use in Infinite Warfare, so a lot of people were kind of complaining about that. So it is nice to see that they're going to be adding more button layouts into the game, so for those of you that have different play styles, you guys can adjust easily and use whatever you so desire. But I hope you guys enjoyed this long rambling video. I just wanted to keep you guys up to date with everything that is going on in the World War II beta. Well, I mean the alpha pretty much. It just closed today. They are working on all this stuff. I'm hoping all this is added by the open public beta this weekend, so that way we can get more of a feel for a game. And for those of you guys that didn't get to play the beta this past weekend, I wouldn't really worry about it because like I said, we played on like a super alpha build and it was really buggy. So it's kind of nice that we got to endure it for you guys, and they're taking a look at all the stuff we've been saying on Reddit, or all the stuff we've been saying as a community, and really trying to improve their game and make it more so what we're trying to have. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, my name is Papa Nacho. Be sure you guys leave a thumbs up and let me know that you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. We're about to hit 14,000 subs, boys. Hashtag 14K in the comment section. Dumb lit, guys, but I thank you guys so much for watching. Random outro like every single day, but much love, you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Nacho Nation.